actually under 3 hours. And we're singing, we're sitting on top of the explosive now. You know, only we know it, the girls and the other people, all the other people don't know what we've been doing. Nobody knows it, we know it. And we're dumb enough to know it and do it because we're men who, we're being led. They drop anchor, we're not inside. For some reason or other, they dropped anchor. We said, my God, they're gonna blow us up right here. Luckily enough, whatever they dropped anchor for, they pick it up and we go into Haifa Harbor. And we give the orders to everybody, they don't know why, that they should all go down quietly, no difficulty. Everybody make it a happy holiday. And we all walk off the ship. We get into the buses that are going to take us from Haifa to Atlit. That was the camp that you went to for discharge. And as we leave, we hear a noise, but the ship is still standing there. And we look, we were sure we blew up a ship, you know. We didn't understand really what we were doing. And we were so disappointed. By the time we got into Atlit, we found out how smart we were. We blew a hole in the bottom of the ship and the ship sank. Didn't blow up the ship sank. Right there in Haifa Harbor. Oh, were we happy. Then the British started to chase, they wanted to know who did it. There was a whole big problem with that in Atlit. And actually a couple of guys were picked up because they were picked up and they were sent back to America. First they were going to be put on trial. They were put into Akko prison. But then hit the newspapers. The newspapers in America made a lot of, sent a few guys back to America. So
How did you get out of that?
they didn't know who we were. I had my own name, not my name, but I had a fake name. And within a month or so, and all this thing of time, 60 days in Cyprus, I didn't until less than 2 weeks ago. I started to. It was something I was reading. I'm always reading crazy things, and I realized that we were there 60 days, and I realized that we were nearly 30 days in Atlit, in the Atlit camp, also. Okay, so that was our entrance. That was my entrance with one other guy that I stayed friendly with. Others I didn't. I mean, I didn't. Some I became friendly with later as I was doing my research. I became friendly with some of them. So they were not. I come from a different background. They come, I came from all over. So that's.
What were the names of the ships you were on?
Well, my ship was called the Hatikva. See, if you were a boy, I'd give you a kippah. I made kippot that says Hatikva on it.
And then the ship from Cyprus to Israel, did it have a name? The one you sank?
Yeah, oh yeah. The British ship was called the Empire Lifeguard. Oh yeah. And theoretically, I had the front page of the newspaper, and I just can't find it. Just last week I started looking for some reason or other. And I met the parent, she's looking for it, didn't find it. What can I do? Can't have everything in life.
Did you stay in Israel then?
No.
You were released from Italy after this one-year journey, 90 years in camp and 90 days
I go around the country, I learned about the country. I'm looking like this. I got one of the boys on the ship, a friend of mine. We go around the country, and then I became really famous. This friend of mine and I, we went to Jerusalem for Yom Kippur. We said, gee, where else should you be? He actually came from an Orthodox background also. His father was a rabbi. We became good friends. He still is. He moved here later than I. And so we went for Nila to daven at the Kotel, 1947, under the British. I said, what could be better? What could be better, Nila. We didn't know. And the holy rollers are davening. They're really good at it. And it's a very small, closed place. What you see today, it wasn't. It was something like this. Packed. And they're davening and they're singing, you know. And, you know, we sing with it because we know something. And suddenly you hear somebody shout, Tkiya Gdola, you know. And the shofar gets blown. The British soldiers come there. Who blew the shofar? It was illegal to blow the shofar on Yom Kippur or any time at the Kotel. And they got to find the guy who blew it. And I'm the one who's arrested. My friend who was with me, Harold, he was fighting them. I'm trying to back away. He's fighting them. No, they want me. And that was I was put in the Kishli in Jerusalem, you know, in prison. And my name was even in the paper the next day as being arrested.
Do you know who really blew it?
What?
Do you know who really blew it?
Oh, I want you to know, years later, a bunch of different guys claimed that they blew
They were the
shofar.
one.
And I said, you're full of shit. It's me. It's in the paper, you know. I said, I'm in the paper. No, it's not you. But they said so, you know.
How were you released?
Well, 2 days later, they let me out. My friend Harold went to the Haganah. They went to the Palmach. They got the big lawyers, you know, and they paid Rebbe Geld, and they got me out. We had some lie that we had worked out who we were as students and things like that. That's how we went around the country. We're students studying with this. That they were very good at it. Forging papers, doing illegal things. They were marvelous. And I guess you had to be, otherwise you couldn't have survived. And then they told me to leave the country, and I left the country.
After the
Because of that.
you had to leave.
I don't know if I had to. I'm sure I could have stayed. But they said, if you want to, it's a good idea.
Who's they? The British or the
No.
Haganah?
The British knew nothing. Everything was over the Haganah. And I was happy. I had enough. So, nearly a year. What the hell am I doing? What am I doing here? This is go home. But that's also a story, because you go to Europe, you have no papers.